What's up, y'all? It's your favorite sports chica, Carolina Teague, and this is League of Our Own. We're actually doing interview boot camp right now. I feel really honored and blessed that Rick Morones from TMB Boxing is here today, and he actually said, I have some of the best fighters in San Antonio, and they're going to be on my spectacular card called Star Power this Saturday. And he wanted me, of all people, to put these kids through an interview boot camp, and he brought like talent I've already heard of, I've already seen, some of the best people here. I got Robert here with me, and I'm excited. Why did you pick this gentleman here to come sit down? Because I know you only bring the best to me, so that means that you got to be one of the best in the city too.
Yeah, I mean, Robert is so originally his trainer Mark Farrell. We've had a relationship with him. His daughter used to fight, and I know he doesn't mess around with just anybody either. So I knew he had what we call a Gallo. You know, he had a rooster here that can fight. So they reached out to me to put him on the card, and he sent me a few videos of him, and I was like, man, this kid's explosive. Like, this kid can really go. You know what I'm saying? And especially for a kid with not a big amateur pedigree. Like, some guys are just breaded for this game. And watching that video clipping of him, I was like, oh, this kid's going to put on a show. So I believe fans on Saturday night, at the end of the night, will be wondering who Robert Morales is.
So Robert Morales, you said he can go, and not everybody can do that. When you say go, for people who aren't boxing savvy, what do you mean technically that he could do?
My term of meaning that is, as I mentioned in the Mexican camps I've been in through my life, it's what we call a gallo, you know, a rooster. When you let him go, he goes. You know what I'm saying? There's not really anything other in his mind other than getting you out of there. And he had a style that, you know, was very, I think, fan pleasing. And on Saturday night, the fans are in for a very great show.
So I am excited. So Robert, how old are you?
19.
You're 19? Okay. And you got a lot of tattoos.
Yeah, my dad, he does tattoos, so
okay.
I gotta give him a little shout out.
Is that practice on him?
Oh, he did? He practiced? Oh, it's like, oh.
No, but they're all meaningful. Like, for example, this is like the boxing one.
Okay, wait. Hold on. How many tattoos do you have?
Like 5.
Okay. And so they're meaningful. That looks like the praying hands.
Yes, it's like a praying hands, and they're boxing hand wraps, actually.
I like that.
And this one's for my grandma. She passed away.
I love that.
About a couple of years ago. Yeah. Well, actually, this one's for my sister. Sorry about that. This one's for family. Of course, you know, family first. It's a big thing for me. It's another one I got. It's also for my grandma, my other grandma. It's a big thing for me. You know, like, I give a lot of, you know, my love to them. You know, they did a big part of my life, so I really love my grandmas, and then you know, R.I.P. them.
Yeah, you know what? My grandma was like one of my favorite people of all time. I only have one tattoo, and it's for my grandma and UTSA at the same time. But I was gonna say, so your dad is a tattoo artist, and first of all, let's plug the tattoo shop. Where's that at? Do you even know where his dad?
I do not. No.
Is it illegal?
No. It's legal.
Okay.
Legal.
Okay,
it's all legal.
Okay.
Nah, I don't know. I'm bad with my streets, honestly.
Oh, okay. But do you know what side of town? Like.
No, I do not.
Oh, Lord.
I wish I could give it a shout out. My bad.
Okay. But you love your dad, though, right?
Yes.
Okay. Nah. And so your dad did your tattoos? And why did you pick your dad to do your tattoos? Is that the only person you trust to do a tattoo for you?
Yeah, for sure. I know he's been doing it for a long time, so I was just like, you know, you go ahead. I'm ready. I think I got my first one when I was 17. So yeah, it was this one, and it was super meaningful. It was a big thing for me.
So you're just naturally tough, because tattoos hurt, first of all, and second of all, you're in boxing and you're El Gallo. Which, by the way, I feel like we can relate a lot, because you're talking about your grandma. My grandpa, they call him El Gallo because he's a mariachi, and he's like, blah, 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 right? So El Gallo, that's what they call you because you are trained to go, essentially. So what got you into boxing? How did that even start? If you know, you said he didn't have an amateur background, like as much as somebody else would have.
Well, I think I just named him.
Oh.
I said he reminds me of a gallo, like what we call, you know, because of his style. Oh. But that actually fits well with him.
So you're El Gallo, but what I'm saying is, like, how did you get into boxing? Like, how did that occur?
So what happened was, like he's saying, I don't have a big amateur background. I only had about 15 fights. They, like the other boxers you have on today's show, they've been boxing since they were little kids. I started when I was 14. And the way that started was, you know, you have your little background moments with your homeboys or whatever. Y'all go with the gloves and I don't know. I just one day I asked my mom, "Hey mom, can you get me in the gym?" And so what I didn't know at the time was, well, I did know, but I didn't know too much info about it. Was my mom, my grandpa. He actually owned a gym,
Oh,
a boxing gym. So he's always been into that, and I remember,
really convenient.
yeah. So it was like really convenient. But he of course passed away, so I didn't know too much about the gym. But I remember my mom telling me like I would take you when you were little to the gym, and you'll be around there. So it's just like that kind of clicked in my mind, and then I would always go with my friends. So I was just like, damn, I want to do this. I really like it. And then I remember that first day, I was just like, wow, this is a really cool sport, and I actually stopped for a month when like a couple months in, I stopped because I got beat up, and then something clicked. I saw this movie. I saw Rocky, and that's what got me in. I came right back into the gym, and I never left the gym after that. I've always been, in this.
So the month where you said you got beat up, why did you stop?
Honestly, I was embarrassed. I was just, it was something that you don't want no one to see. I didn't want to go back to the gym. I was, like I said, I was embarrassed.
You know what? I always say, like, when it comes to boxing, it takes a lot of balls for somebody to get in a ring and potentially get beat up, because I can understand how that could hurt somebody's ego in a sense, but it takes a lot of courage to get back in the ring no matter what. And we've had local boxers here in San Antonio who are world champions who have lost fights before. So if they would have stopped when they lost their first fight, they would have never became world champions. So that's a testament to the fact that you're willing to get up and do it all over again.
So I honestly got lucky too, because I remember my first fight was the Junior Olympics. Mm-hmm. So I got the taste of how it was to win and to lose. So the first day I won, the second day was the championships. I lost, but it was like a really good learning experience. It really like gave me a taste of what boxing was gonna be like, and I was just like, I'm all in for it. Win, lose, I know I give it my all. I put in 100%. I train 100%. I'm real motivated in everything I do. I do a lot. I do boxing. I'm also in college. In high school, I actually graduated with my cosmetology license. So I do a lot. It's just everything I do, I try my best.
You know what? It's giving like you're super motivated.
Yeah, no, I'm like super motivated. Yeah. Like I said, like win, lose, I know I give it my all, but
You know what I love about you? Like, I just met you, but I love that family is really important to you. You have the whole squad back here. You have your girlfriend. You have your coach, or is it your trainer, your coach?
Yes, my
trainer.
trainer.
I'm gonna give him some points real quick. He said his high school sweetheart.
That's my high school sweetheart.
He says high school sweetheart.
Yeah, she's in the background being supportive. You have your father here with the tattoo shop who supports you a lot, but you don't know his address to the tattoo shop.
Tattoos by Zesk.
Okay, we got it.
Tattoos by Zesk. I don't know the address, but you can call 210-251-5296 if you need a tattoo.
Hey, can I get a free tattoo? Can I get a free tattoo? I think he said yes. I'll get like a little mini tattoo right here. I'm just kidding.
You might be able to get a free one. You put like Team Morales or something.
I know, if I have to put like Team Morones or something like that, right? But that's actually good marketing. I think actually that's a really good marketing strategy. You should have your dad give people free tattoos if they tattoo Team Morales on them.
Hashtag Team Morales.
I think that's a great concept. I'm just saying. I think that can build your name. So, are you from San Antonio?
Yes, born and raised from San Antonio, 210 all the way.
So, what side of town?
West side.
Okay. What high school did you go to?
It's called Edgewood Fine Arts. My home campus was Memorial, but I went to Edgewood Fine Arts.
Nice. So, does San Antonio hold a special place in your heart? How do you feel about San Antonio?
I love San Antonio. Like I said, I was born and raised here, so I got nothing but love. I've been traveled all of San Antonio, so I think it's it's my place. It's my home. I'm always gonna represent San Antonio no matter what.
Nice. And then also you also said you are going to be a world champion one day as well. Why do you think that you're going to be a world champion one day?
There's a lot of reasons why I feel like I'm going to be a world champion. I could say many things, but I'd rather just show it, I let my hard work show. I'm not the type to talk about what I'm going to do or what's gonna happen, because it's gonna happen. You know, I'm highly motivated, and that's all I can say to that.
And you said you got your cosmetology license. Is that to be a barber or?
It's to be a barber. What's it called? So I did that for a little bit, and then
He's got that.
Yeah, I was
that
gonna
real
say you
slick
look
chuco.
like you
He
care
got that
about your
chuco
hair.
hair.
a
no,
lot.
no,
Yeah.
I'm real.
He was in the
Yeah.
back scene of like American Me or something.
No, for sure. If you know me, I'm always walking around with my pomade and my little comb. I need
Nah.
to. I need to style my hair. I need to look good.
You know who looks good all the time too? Like I like the hairstyle. It looks really good on you. Rick Medina too. Always got to
Yeah.
stay fresh too. So like I feel like you and Rick Medina, y'all the pretty boys of the boxing right now.
No, I was thinking that was gonna be my nickname too, Pretty Boy Robert Morales. But that's sounding good. What he said.
El Gallo. You like El Gallo better?
Mhm.
Yeah. And then we already have a pretty boy in here, don't we?
Yeah, Ricky
We have
Nunez
a
is-
Ricky
they call him
Nunez, a
Pretty
pretty
Oh,
boy.
I didn't know
He's
that.
a pretty boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's the pretty boy. So you got to be El Gallo.
Okay,
We're going to
deal.
give you all nicknames.
Deal.
by the time this
I didn't even know that.
So what can we expect from you this Saturday? Because I know this Saturday, I know we're talking about, you said don't talk about the future, but we do have a fight coming up. So what can the fans of Team Morales expect this Saturday from you?
Expect fireworks. You know, it's my pro debut. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna show out. I'm gonna give the fans what they want. I'm gonna give them an all-out war. You know, I'm not just saying this just to say it. I truly believe it. I'm gonna give an all-out war. I'm gonna do everything that I can, and I'm gonna get this dub.
And Rick, what do you think you can expect from him this Saturday?
I mean, just piggyback off what he said, I expect him to put on a great show. I expect him to come in, lay his heart and his balls in the ring that night, and give the fans. I really feel that his fight, could really steal the show that night. And it's credit to him, it's credit to his team. They're fighting a kid with a 2-1 record with 3 professional fights as well. So he didn't take the easy road off the bat. He wanted to challenge himself and test his skills. And I think this fight could be a fight of the night. But watching Morales, I just believe that he has a lot of will, a lot of heart, and will come out good that night.
You know what I was gonna say? I don't know if you've ever been to his fights before, but I'm sure you have. But when I go to your fights, you always have that one sleeper fight that nobody expected to be like the best fight. So the fact that you predicted it's gonna be his, now I'm looking forward to that. So I'm expecting a lot.
And I appreciate that a lot. I appreciate that so much. I appreciate the attention that you're giving me, the all this stuff that you're doing for me. I appreciate it, and I won't let you down.
I appreciate that. And it's funny, right? It shows a lot of character. I've been he really touched my heart right now, because I've been doing this a very long time.
Yeah.
And unlike a lot of promoters, I am the matchmaker.
Yeah.
I do the medicals to make sure everything's turned in.
Yeah.
I don't sleep. Me
Yeah.
and my wife, we're setting up the ring, setting it, tearing it down. I've always done everything alone. Imagine, for the last 13 years here in San Antonio.
Yeah.
And it's rare when a kid naturally out of his character says, thank you, So I appreciate that too. And we look forward to having you and getting you to a position to fulfill your dream.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate it so much, for real.
Yeah, like gratitude, that shows a lot about character. So not only are you a good kid with a good head on your shoulders, but you also are really humble and have a lot of gratitude. And you love the city of San Antonio. What more could San Antonio want? So I'm really excited for the quote-unquote sleeper fight and for you to become a world
El
champion.
Gallo. And this is what this stuff is for. This is why, I bring these guys, I could come by myself. I want these guys to have the opportunity, because that's what it's about. For me, it's always
Yeah.
been about the fighters. And like I said, if you can't say anything about me if you don't know me. I've always said that. There's a song that says, my dad always says about me, Dwight Yoakam, he says, hey, if you don't know me, you don't love me. And anybody that knows me will tell you I've always been about the fighters. I do these things for them. The press conference we just held, I'm
Right.
sure he had a great time. It was a good experience for these guys.
Right.
That is why I do it. So I'm glad he's enjoying his moment.
I think I'm not saying this because you're right in front of me, but I think that you do a lot for the community, and people are really underestimating this card. Like I see that this is going to be actually star power, and it's at Randy's Ballroom, nostalgic full circle where all the great fighters once fought in. And then we have the new movement coming up. So it's going to be really exciting. And I'm grateful that you brought them in. Like, this is like fun for me. So
Yeah.
thanks for bringing them on.
No, we're excited too. Like I said, Randy's Ballroom, going back to real quick what you said, it's crazy. Like, you have to know the San Antonio history, the Ayalas, the Oscar Diaz, the Quirogas, the Ray Medels, all them guys fought in that roof when they first started. And I was trying to get there for 2 years.
Yeah.
I couldn't get a date. They just didn't want to do any boxing. I think 22 years I haven't had a fight.
Wow.
And it so happened the commission gave me October 7th.
Wow.
So I just thought I'd call. They were like, hey, yeah, we don't mind, but all we have is October 7th.
I'll take it.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So
then, Robert, you have big shoes to fill, right?
Big shoes, and it's an honor. Like I said, I actually used to train at Joe Angels.
Uh-huh.
That's Robert Quiroga's trainer. So it's an honor being able to fight where he fought, and then also where I used to train. So I think it is big shoes, and I'm ready to fill those shoes, you know.
Awesome. Well, we have Team Morales in the building. The whole family's here. Looking forward to seeing everybody show up for Randy's Ballroom this Saturday, October 7th for Team Morones Boxing Star Power event. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.